Hello, this is John from poolsupplies.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use our safety cover web application. I'm going to assume that you watched the previous video that showed you how to measure out your pool and that you've already gone through that process of measuring out your pool on the form that we provided for you. So first, we're going to click this Build Your Cover button, and then we're going to enter in your email address. So now, why do we ask for an email address? The email address is to basically allow us to save your cover so that if you need to access it at another time, you can do that. Or if you get interrupted in the process of entering all your points in, you can continue, in a few hours or another day. So I'm going to click Go. Now, what you're probably going to see is just this section that says Create a New Cover. I've already created a cover called My Cover down here, so I can just click that and click Start if I want to resume a previous cover I've been working on. Or if I want to create a new one, I'm going to enter in a name. The name doesn't really matter. It's just to help you be able to distinguish between the different covers that you've made. So I'm going to enter my cover, let's say 2, and I'm also going to need to provide the length of my reference line in inches, so that's 300 inches. And click Start. Now it's going to give us this blank canvas for us to work with. So next what we're going to do is we're going to click this button that says My Pool and start entering in the points for our pool. So this isn't going to apply to any of the obstructions that we measured. So I'm going to click Add a Point. It's going to come up here and ask for my A measurements, feet and inches. So first measurement for point 1 for me is 6 feet 8 inches for point A, and for point B it's 26.11 inches. So I'll hit save. So see how it's already put a point. Next we're going to enter another point in, so 8 feet 0 inches, and we're also going to enter in the other one, 28.9 inches. Now what I'm doing is I'm hitting tab and it's jumping to each one of these boxes, and once I've entered in points, some value for each box, I can actually hit enter on the keyboard and it will enter it in. So as you see these points going in, this looks, you may think that this is a really long distance between those 2 points, but as I enter in points, it will actually start to zoom out, and you'll be able to start making sense of the shape of your pool. So see, I entered another point in, it reshapes it. We'll put in another point. What's really nice about this process is as you're entering the lines in, you may be able to see that the shape of your pool on the screen doesn't match the actual pool, which that probably means that there's something off in the measurements that was made. So I'm going to enter in, let's say, a bad measurement here. We'll do, how about we try this? Okay, yeah, there we go. So see how it gives us this big, long line here? And I know from the shape of my pool that this is not accurate. So what we can do is I can mouse over this point and click on it. It'll bring up this dialog, and I realize that for point 7, this is not the right feet and inches. So I'll look back at my form and then realize that I need to modify this and that I entered it in incorrectly. So I'm going to do that, hit save, and now our point 7 looks a lot better. This looks like what my pool looks like. You can actually go through and modify, let's say point 4 needs to be modified. You could go in and change this, let's say, to 8 instead of 11, and it's going to change where that point is, which is pretty nice that you can do this. Now, I'm not going to go in and enter in all the points for this pool. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to show you how you enter an obstruction into this application. So right here where I'm moving my mouse, it says Add an Obstruction. So I'm going to click that. It's going to ask for a name for the obstruction. So why don't we add in a waterfall? We'll type that in. Now it's going to create this point, this extra button up here that says Waterfall. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click Add a Point. So for the waterfall, I'm going to need to add, I'll just add a few points in just so you get an idea of what you need to do. I'm going to move this so you can see it, see that orange point there. That looks about right where the waterfall is supposed to be for the pool that I'm entering in. Let's just add a couple more points in. All right, 23, 32. Okay, that's good enough for now, but this is an obstruction here, and notice how it changes the colors for you, and the numbering system is separate because it's, it's its own object. Now let's say, for example, that we want to actually remove this object. We realize that for whatever reason you want to either just get rid of it or it's entered incorrectly and you want to start over. You can click Waterfall, and then you can click this Delete All button. It'll ask you, are you sure you want to delete the obstruction? I'll click OK, and now that obstruction is deleted. So that gives you an idea how to work with obstructions and with entering in points for your pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a pool that I've already gone through and entered all the points in, so you don't have to go through the painstaking process of watching me enter in, 50, 60 points or something. So I'm going to enter it in. Now you're going to see my cover 2 and my cover. I'm going to load my cover, and you'll get to see an actual pool all measured out. So you're going to see all my obstructions up here with different colors, as well as these red lines here. These red lines are my check lines. Now I'm going to go through and actually delete 2 of these check lines. So I'm going to click on the check line button, and then I'm going to click the red X right here. Are you sure you want to delete it? I'll hit OK. Now I'm going to go through and add a check line by clicking this Add Check Line button. Now looking at my measurements here from my pool, I'm going to want to go between 0.6 to 0.33, and that length works out to be 38 feet, 11 inches. I'll hit Save. It'll draw that line, which is really nice. I'm going to do it again between 0.21. Oops, sorry. We're going to add another check line. It's going to be between 0.21 and 48. And the length of that is going to be 17 inches, or 17 feet, 4 inches. So this will give you a basic idea. I actually have a couple more check lines in the actual measurement, but this just gives you an idea of what it looks like. All right. Now that we have our check lines in place, next what we're going to be doing is actually submit the safety cover for a quote. So what we'll do is we'll click this button that says Submit Cover. This dialog box will pop up here where you're just going to want to enter your name in. So I'll enter my name. Next, we're going to be entering in our phone number. And then if you have any additional comments or questions, you can just enter them right here in this text box. And then we'll just hit Submit. It is required that you enter in a name and a phone number. And this is going to take a second. It's going to submit to our server. And then you should see this dialog box coming up here thanking you for your submission. And then you'll get an email notifying you that a ticket has been submitted into our system. And a specialist will be calling you and filling you in on what you need to do next. So that's it for this video. I hope I've explained everything thoroughly. If you have any additional questions, you can call our specialists at 1-800-356-3025. Have a great day. Thanks.